like comic books?
Comic books.
Comic books.
Comic books.
Comic books.
I'm quite keen on comic books.
Movies.
Movies.
The movies. Stupid TV shows. TV shows.
But what are some of your favorite TV shows?
Can be enjoyed as video games, as TV shows, books, movies, the entire world. Wholeheartedly embrace the apocalypse.
Let's start the show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sunday edition of the Next Issue podcast, where we talk about movies, TV, and of course, our what is it called? Our forte, comic books. We love comic books here. So, how are you doing, Jeff?
I'm good. I don't think I've ever noticed that in that intro, like it goes from the whole apocalypse to the Muppets, which is quite a hard left turn.
Yeah,
watching the Muppets in the apocalypse would be fun. I think they would do well, like a Mad Max Muppets.
I think so. They're equipped for all terrain. I think the Muppets.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally. Totally.
Speaking of Muppets, we have a new clip from our yesterday's show because Jeff shared one of his favorite memories. And then I went back and I looked for that clip because I was like, I've seen that movie, but I don't know exactly. Like, you really nailed it too, like building up to the moment of like, there's only one person. So it must be really ingrained in there.
It's 100% ingrained in there.
Yeah. Somebody did comment because I said something about like I've never seen legs on a Muppet or something, and they're like, "Well, did you never watch anything?" I was like, "No, not really. I've only seen two Muppet movies: Muppets Christmas Carol and this one." So,
but yeah, they don't do legs because he doesn't do. There's a little bit of walking that he does. I think
they don't do working legs like in this movie. Like in
there's
moment.
There's that one shot, yeah, but it's different because by then there was like a little bit of CGI and it was not it was like a layover shot. I understand them. I know the Muppets really well,
and it's so well done in Treasure Island because it's like the background is all dark, right? So you could definitely have the puppeteers back there, and also like they've never had to move puppet legs, like. On a day-to-day basis, like they don't have to do that. So like that was a new thing they had to kind of learn. So that was fun. But yeah, go check it out. I thought it was a really great discussion on the best movies of 2025. I published my list, but we're working on a combined list that's gonna kind of like do an average of all our picks and try to put that in somehow with Matt. I just need to see if Josh is gonna send us that. But okay, but on today's show we got a few things that we're going to cover. We're going to start with some news that we'll be covering, and then we'll go into our previously on segment, and then of course a look ahead at what's coming up. So let's get going because I think this was big news. Sebastian Stan has been confirmed to be cast as Harvey Dent, who eventually becomes Two-Face in the upcoming Batman film from Matt Reeves. Jeff, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's amazing. Also, Sebastian Stan, what was that movie that he did where he had all the prosthetics and he was playing the guy that had
a different man or something like that?
Yeah. So he's got to be used to this, right? So he's going to be used to like all the stuff. Yeah, I think it's great. And then Scarlett Johansson's been cast, so you can have a Bucky Black Widow Batman a story is the merging of the worlds, I believe, which actually would not be a bad crossover. Black Widow, Bucky, and Batman would be a pretty good.
And that's what I'm trying to figure out now, because I remember originally the talk of this Batman sequel was, oh, this is gonna be a Mr. Freeze movie, and then we're all like, well, how's that gonna work in this more grounded world? But now we have Sebastian Stan, who's going to be Harvey Dent. And I'm just trying to go in my head, like, what are some Harvey Dent centric storylines? And obviously the one that comes to mind immediately is The Long Halloween, because that's almost as much a Batman story as it is a Harvey Dent story. He literally is the other side of that coin of like investigating. And, Nolan's Dark Knight very heavily borrows a lot from The Long Halloween. ultimately it's more of a Joker film, but there's definitely a lot of like little nods and things that they pulled from the Long Halloween. So I'm trying to like, are we getting another Long Halloween type of movie?
It could be. It could be. We saw all because, and again, Scarlett Johansson been cast, and we don't know who she is. She could be Gilda. She could be. You were yesterday. You were saying she could be the Phantasm.
The Phantasm, yeah, that was a big speculation.
And you said that, and it's been a while since I've seen Mask of the Phantasm. Was Harvey dead in that one? No.
From what I remember, yes, but in the whole animated series is kind of a blur in my head. Like it's all combined, so it's hard for me to parse those things out. But yeah, I don't know. I think it would work. I think that's something like because Harvey is definitely this is live for Alexis in the chat. This is live.
But if it isn't, we knew that question was coming, and we knew it was coming from you. We are actually future tellers.
We pre-recorded different things saying this is live. So yeah, thanks for watching live. Anybody that's watching us right now. So yeah, I'm from the Long Halloween to the Phantasm. Like, there's really a lot, but I remember Harvey. He's just friends with Bruce in real life. Well, not in real life, in the comics, right? Before anything happens, they're just friends because
they're buddies.
High society, and they grew up, and they both want what's best for Gotham as well. So the Phantasm could come into that like socialite circle, right? In her persona, like her non-Phantasm persona. So it could all really be tied in together. Maybe there's a Tommy Elliott element that gets added on later on. I think Hush would be really cool.
I hope that Sebastian Stan goes as big as Tommy Lee Jones. That's my hope. Even though it's grounded, even though it's a grounded Batman universe, give me loud Two-Face. I think that would just be for me. Everybody else would hate it, but I would love it.
Yeah, so we'll see. But let us know in the comments if you're watching live or later on. What do you think Sebastian Stan's role? How does that affect the movie going forward? What do you think we still have a long way to go. I mean, the script is done, but this movie won't come out till like October of 2027.
When does it have they announced a shooting?
They're starting to shoot later this month, or I guess in February. But what I was gonna say is Sebastian Stan, I guess he's done with his stuff on Doomsday. Does this mean he doesn't have to shoot anything for Secret Wars? Because he's going to be tied up doing Batman stuff. What does this mean for the Winter Soldier?
What does it mean for the Winter Soldier?
Is it time to finally take the Winter Soldier out? Is he done with Marvel?
They're probably, I mean, Marvel's so adept at shooting around people. They're probably like, yeah, we'll catch you. Like, we can shoot your stuff like in 8 months. Like you don't need to be there for the rest with the rest of the cast. We can get you green screened or
Harvey Dent
maybe they don't even.
Yeah, he's so clean cut. He can't have that Winter Soldier hair.
Oh, well, he hasn't had that. Did you see the wig in Thunderbolts? That was.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He doesn't need that.
So that's interesting as well, right? Because now, and I do like that he's like, I'm not done with comic book movies. I'll just go do some Batman stuff with Matt. Maybe he's always wanted to work with Matt Reeves, which like, who wouldn't want to just go work with Matt Reeves? But Barry Keoghan's still part of that movie as well somehow. Like, so
I mean that's a killer cast. Like Pattinson, Johansson, and then Barry Keoghan, and that's and Commissioner Gordon. Like
Jeffrey Dean,
Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright. I was thinking of Jeffrey Dean Morgan, although bring him back, Thomas Wayne. He could do it again. So yeah, exciting stuff. All right. On to our next set of news. This is something kind of weird and kind of dumb, but I saw the headline yesterday on Instagram and I was like, I gotta go dig into this. So a university in Mexico is set to start its first anime class in a surprise move. I'm reading from comicbook.com. Big shout out to Evan Valentine who put this article together. The University of London in Mexico, which is like, okay, hello. Why does the University of London need a Mexico branch? But whatever. They're planning to open a new course titled Psychoanalytic Analysis and Film Criticism of Evangelion. Evangelion as a Mirror to the Unconscious. This is a 7-month course. That's a long time for a college course.
A 7-month course? Holy cow.
Would you sign up for that?
No, not at all.
You don't want to
that's a lot of
the world of Evangelion.
No, that's too much Evangelion for me. I'm just not that person. But would you?
I mean, I would. I would kind of like to dig into that. So for anyone that doesn't have the time to go back and watch all the Evangelion, they released 3 different films for their big anniversary, the 30th anniversary. So like you can go check those out. And I think some of them are on Prime, which kind of condenses the whole story into the films, but it's still just as sad as the original material. So
that's cheating, though. You need to watch all of it. That's like reading Cliff's Notes.
You need to suffer through it all. I will say they really updated the animation in a really cool way because they can incorporate now a little bit of CG for like the angels and stuff, and the mechs. So it looks very cool. I enjoyed it as much as you can enjoy a piece of media that is brutal as Neon Genesis it can be. So
I wish I had gone to school during a time when like it was a handful of years after I left college that you started seeing courses on comics and
on media
stuff.
like that we follow, right?
Yeah. I mean, like my school had like movie classes and stuff like film history and whatnot, but like for pop culture stuff, you'd get laughed out of the university. And so, but now they're all over the place. Like major, all the big schools have like some kind of pop culture class of some sort.
Come on, ponies, y'all need to chill out over there.
Yeah, really.
I
was also fun to learn a few years after I left college that they had students had created a meth lab in like the music. So they had all these music studios, music practice rooms in the arts building, and you would go downstairs in the Meadows building, and immediately to how it used to be is immediately to the left there was all these piano rooms and whatnot that you could rent out. And I guess some students rented some like ones in the back corner and were cooking meth in those things.
Damn.
There's a lot happening at school.
Cooking in the music lab. That's a whole different. That's a Breaking Bad spinoff.
It's a Breaking Bad spinoff.
Let me call Vince Gilligan. We'll talk more about Vince Gilligan stuff later on when we talk about what you've been watching. Okay. Is there a course that you would like to either attend or maybe that you would like to not teach, but I wish we had Josh here. He is the college professor.
Yeah.
He doesn't go fully into the comics, but I know he's incorporated comic books into his stuff, so that's pretty fun. But is there a course that you would like to take?
Definitely a comics course of some sort, like a history of, or how they sociology kind of in comics, something like that.
A history of the X-Men course would be like the most difficult thing to. Like
your final project is to chart the Summers family.
Oh God, not even 23andMe can figure that out. So yeah, that seems really interesting. And yeah, I mean, I think by the time I left college too, like I would hear the things popping up, and I'm like, do I need to go back? Should I go get my master's? All right, and then in our last piece of news, and we touched on this a little bit yesterday on our best movie stream. Go check that out. But the Alamo Drafthouse is going mobile, getting rid of pen and paper food orders to protect the movie-going experience, which that part doesn't make sense. I feel like if anything, pulling out the phones is gonna be worse for that. But let me see. Alamo Drafthouse's new approach aims to improve efficiency while continuing to protect what makes the brand special, an elevated, immersive, and more distraction-free way to enjoy movies per the Alamo press release. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Have you ever? Well, probably. Alamo started in Austin, Texas. Have you ever been to any of the original Alamos in Austin?
No, I don't think so.
So it may be the first or second Alamo that started in Austin. It had stadium seating, but it was very severe stadium seating. So it was so that the servers, like, they could walk freely in front of you and you would just barely see the top of their heads. And so then they would like put your food up on the table, like kind of reaching up to it. And it was built specifically like that so the servers could get through. So I think when they went big, when they kind of like expanded their whole brand out of Austin, they didn't build all those theaters that way. So people would, they're walking in front of you and dropping stuff off and whatnot, which I think is what they're trying to fix, but they're doing it in the worst way possible. I just don't understand. Like, I just don't.
I don't understand. I think so. The main problem, I think, is that their whole thing is like, phones are away. You have to put your phone away. But now you're telling me that I have to get my phone out if I want stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I haven't. Have you been? You've been to the Alamo since they implemented this?
Yeah, I went to the Alamo last week. So and starting I don't know, like 6 weeks ago, maybe 2 months ago, they started doing this. I don't know when it was, but they have a QR code on your table now, and so they ask you to, before the movie, if you get there beforehand, they have all these announcements where you're supposed to scan the QR code and start your order through the app. And then once the movie starts, there's a little thing with Aziz Ansari saying, now you have to go from your phone to the pen and paper for the rest of the film, or the whatever for the rest of the film.
They'll still have pen and paper.
They did. Now they're going all the way off to phone. So they're pulling that away. What was weird was they still had, in my Alamo, they saw the menus. They saw the full menus, but everything in the app, like there was not a 1-to-1 ratio. Like there was plenty of stuff in the menu and I could not find in the app. So I don't know if they had a limited.
I wonder if they're phasing out some. Yeah, they're going to probably phase out some of that stuff. So there's two things. So when I go to Alamo, because most movies are about 2 hours, I don't order my food when I get there. I wait till the trailers are done. Like I write everything down that I want, because I normally I either get a pizza or a burger. Those are kind of my two go-tos. I will order a drink when I get there, and I'll give the server my card so that we don't have to worry about checking out or whatever, which I think they've been doing, and I understand that piece of it. But I write down what I want and I save it, and like 20 minutes into the film, I'll put up my card, because then I know that it'll take. By the time we get into about an hour into the film, I'll have my food, and then I'll just eat my food. So like otherwise you eat it all
at the beginning.
By the time the movie's barely starting, you've already gone through all your stuff, right? If you order it so quickly. So I don't like that. And now I'm wondering, what am I gonna do? But the solution here, and I think that's what we wanted to see. How do we fix this?
Yeah.
As a consumer, they can't force me to have a smartphone or an app. So I'm getting a burner.
True.
I'm getting a burner phone. I'm gonna go through my drawers, find my own flip phone, my own razor, and just tell them like, well, this is what I use. Because interestingly enough, I have seen a lot of people are saying that Gen Z and Gen Alpha are actually like going back to old phones, like those kind of flip phones. Because at this point you can really carry a device like, I don't know, if you really need to get online, most of them probably carry like tablets or iPads or even their laptops. So they're kind of trying to unplug that way. And I'm gonna be like, well, this is what I have, so how are we doing this? Like they still have to have an alternative for that.
And they still have to be able to take cash, too. Like
that's another thing. A lot of businesses are going cashless, and that's a whole other thing.
I wonder if that's legal. Like, is that? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess so, because you can refuse service to anyone, right? So
it could be. I always thought the Alamo needed just a small concession stand, like a very limited, like they could still have the full menu with the writing once you get into the theater. But for me, like when I'm going to see a movie by myself, like I don't like paying for a $12 unlimited popcorn because I just don't need that much popcorn.
Yeah.
If you give me like a $5 non-refillable bag, I would be pleased. And then also I wouldn't have that weird anxiety, like when am I going to get my popcorn to start the movie once, I get there. So I feel like if they had just shifted to being like, well, we'll create a small concession stand so people can get a few things before they go into the theater. That's all I've ever wanted out of the Alamo.
I will say
as far as like
they definitely don't want to do that because that would mean one more employee at least to run that concession stand. Because the one I go to there's two people really. There's somebody at the ticket counter in case I guess you need to get your tickets. And then there's somebody at the bar if the bar's open. Everyone else is like back of house and probably managers and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't force a corporation to do business correctly. Like that's kind of like I feel like you need to hire people. That's the other
you should
thing.
be able to force them to do stuff like people get forced to do stuff. If we're
the other thing about
people, we should be able to bully them into doing whatever we want.
We should be able to bully them. Well, yeah, and when we do, they just go out of business. Yeah, and when I went to there aren't enough people working there at my local Alamo.
Yeah.
And because like when I went to go to the restroom and it was disgusting. And I'm just like, oh, they don't, it's just everything was just kind of gross there. And I had an Alamo draft pass. So I picked up the Alamo draft pass years ago. And then my local Alamo was just kind of crappy, so I canceled it. But this was before Sony bought them. And when you cancel the Alamo draft pass, it used to be like you can't resubscribe for another 6 months to a year.
Yeah, that was like a
you are
AMC stuff does that too. Like if you cancel it, you can't. The only time they had an exception for that was during COVID. You can pause your membership.
And so I canceled it back then, and then they went out of business, and then Sony, they came back into business. Then I picked it up again because I was like, well, I don't want a theater to go out of business. I didn't know me canceling my membership would make them go bankrupt. So I ordered it again, and then I just canceled it yesterday or 2 days ago. And this time it was just like, all right, great. See you later. Bye. You can join us. Yeah, you can join us whenever you want again. There's no penalty. We're not going to ask you why you're leaving either. We don't care. It doesn't matter.
Sucks. This sucks. I guess we'll just have to go to the Texas theater and hope that I can squeeze in their little seats.
Right.
All right. Before we get on to our previously on next issue, I do want to plug a few things that we have going on in the channel. First of all, of course, we have reviews for a lot of the stuff that we're going to talk about. So you want a more in-depth look at a lot of these comics that we're going to talk about. Also, we have a review for the movie 100 Meters. It's a new anime film that you can now watch on Netflix. And last but definitely not least, the first video in the series that I'm working on as we get closer to A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, which is based on the Hedge Knight book or novella, which that's our first video. It's just a review of the novella. I've listened to the book, I've read the comic, and we're going to talk about all those things leading up to the premiere. I believe it's on the 18th, so we're like about a week away from more Game of Thrones coming to HBO. So I'm very excited. So I don't know, Jeff, if you're looking forward to this or if you're even going to check this out. It doesn't have any ants in it, unfortunately. Well, it might, I guess. I don't know.
I might check it out. I might check it out. We'll see.
It's a cool. I will say this is the most disconnected story that I've read in the Game of Thrones lore. It's really just like this is like their street level, if you will, story.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty.
So Game of Thrones was when it started was a couples show for me, and I am not with that person anymore. So I stopped watching Game of Thrones. I lost the HBO membership in the
oh no.
split. So like I couldn't watch it, and then also like watching it was kind of a bummer. So I never finished Game of Thrones. Like I didn't get very far into it. I've tried to go back and watch it, and I'm just like, I don't. It's too late.
I understand.
That ship has sailed for me.
Okay. Well, we will now get into our main discussion here with our next previously on next issue segment. I only have one thing that I watch. Well, I watched a bunch of things, but it's all like TV. That TV's coming back. TV has gone out of hibernation from the winter, and the networks are like, I guess we should put on new episodes of all our stuff. There was a Law and Order SVU crossover that kicked off their second part of the season. Doc is back on Fox. So all of my shows are coming back. Abbott Elementary is back from their winter break as well, and now they're teaching at a mall. So go check out how that happened. But the one thing that did kick off immediately, and this is another HBO thing, the Pitt season 2 is back.
Oh, the Pitt.
Oh my God. Have you seen the Pitt? Are you a Pitt watcher? Are you part of the Pitt crew?
I hear it's gross. I've not tried it yet because I hear it's pretty graphic as far as like what they really get into.
There are so throughout the week I put it back on because I got a chance to just work from home all week, so I had it on in the background just to kind of refresh myself. And I was watching a lot of their videos of the cast and crew talking about the upcoming season, and I'm like, I should just rewatch it. I should just rewatch the thing. So I did because it's only 15 episodes. It's like a 15-hour thing. So I got through it in like 3 or 4 days. But there were moments that I knew were coming up because, I mean, there are injuries. Like you go to the ER or the emergency department, as they call it. And yeah, you're going to see some nasty shit. But it's not, it doesn't bother me as much as like in like slasher movies where it's like gore. Because these are kind of like real life things. I don't know. It's weird. So yeah, I don't know. It's different for me. Like I would cringe more at this happening in like a Halloween movie than me just watching because it's so clinical. They're so clinical about it, right? They're not like it's not over the top. But there is a thing that they call like we have a bag of ants when describing heart and how it's moving because it's like an open chest thing. So yeah, I guess if you're so which let me tell you, I'm not a doctor. That's not how your heart's supposed to beat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Would you feel less scared watching a horror movie if you knew Noah Wiley was standing just off screen ready to help anybody that got a hatchet to the head? Yeah.
As long as I know Noah Wiley is coming to help me. So speaking of bag of ants, real quick, I'm gonna plug our review of Bug Wars Volume 1 that you can also go watch this in the channel. Yeah. So but yeah, I really like it. It's quality stuff. They just announced that they're gonna have a season 3.
George Clooney?
Oh man, that would be amazing. But also that might be too much inside baseball as well. So I don't know. I would love
unless
to see
he comes unless he's one of the injured ones, then that'd be fun.
He should be, if he comes in, he either should be a patient or just George Clooney. Like George Clooney just happened to be in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And they do like the Spider-Man meme, but it's like Noah Wiley and George Clooney because they're
just pointing at each other.
So all right, I'm gonna throw it to you because you watched a lot more things, which is not usually the case. I guess
weird.
Yeah, what are we in Bizarro land?
It's the beginning of the year, full of vim and vigor.
I just don't need to tell you about all my procedurals that I'm watching. You know, like that's not newsworthy.
Yeah. Nobody wants to hear about that. I'm episodes 4 through 6 of Pluberous. It's good. I'm waiting I need to watch. I've been watching it in thirds because I almost dumped out midway through the third episode. So I asked my roommates going into it, I was like, hey, did you guys ever watch Pluberous? And they were like, it's a lot of white lady yelling. We couldn't get through it.
It is a lot of white lady yelling.
Yeah. And so about third halfway through the third episode, I was just like, it's a lot of white lady yelling. I don't know if I can do it, but it's 9 episodes. So I was like, if there's going to be a twist, it's going to be at the end, because, you tell the 3-story arc. It's going to be at the end of the third episode. And at the end of the third episode, she kind of has that little moment where she kind of looks in the camera. She's like, oh, something finally twists for her. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'll keep going. So now I'm 2/3 of the way through it. I feel like right now it's a little all over the map. Like, I like it. It's good, but I'm like, we're dealing with the virus or whatever it is, and how to either solve it or whatever we're going to do with it. And within that storyline, we're weaving all these kind of social commentary things that are like about consumerism and, individuality, and maybe not just opening yourself up to new prospects and whatnot. Yeah. There's a lot that's being said through this. And so once we get to the end of it, I might be able to parse out how it's going. But right now I'm like, it's a lot that's being thrown at me. And I don't know how I feel about it. It's good. It's really good. But I'm just like, I wish it were a little bit more organized at this point. But again, I've got 3 more episodes left. So I'm waiting to kind of keep my thumb on it.
So when I watch a show like that, because it is a very slow burn too, right? That's the other thing that if you're somebody that only has a specific amount of time, you're like, there are shows that give you a payoff every episode, and there are shows that kind of like give you, like, you're building up the world and you're spending time with the characters. I'm a very character driven person. So I like spending time, like, what makes the white lady yell at everyone? Like, what makes her tick? Well, why is she doing that? And then also on the inverse of that, now that there's this hive mind, how does that work? Like, I just start thinking about all the kind of like logistics of all the, like, if everyone in the world, because they're not combined to one hive mind, everyone's still there, parceled out, but they all know what's going on at all times with everyone, which is very different. And they're all working towards the same goals now.
But I think the way I would handle that is kind of also kind of triggering for me, because she and I, she's handling it very differently than I would. I think I would be closer to the guy that's in Vegas, that's just having the time of his life. I sussed out really quickly. I was like, oh, you're willing to do anything for me. I don't know if I'd be sleeping with all of them. Because in my head, I'm like, well, am I also sleeping with my old high school gym coach? Am I also sleeping with my old boss that I hate? Like, because I think
all your relatives are probably in there.
All your relatives, all my uncles, and I'm just like, I don't think I don't know about that either. Yeah. So,
it presents a lot of interesting scenarios for sure. And then also, there's always this ever looming maybe threat, if you want to call it that. They're trying to bring you in. Like, that's their goal. Right? Yeah. It's not like you can just keep doing that forever. So, like, how long can you kind of keep getting away with that kind of stuff? So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing when I guess we'll talk about it. I think we plan to do just like a whole thing on the whole show. So maybe that'll be a February item, where now that once you get through it, we can all watch it, because I know Clay's seen it, and I don't know if Josh has seen it, but we'll figure that out. So, okay,
I'll watch the final 3 episodes this week. Cool. I also saw Marty Supreme in the theaters.
Tell me.
I did not like it. Not a fan. Timothée Chalamet does a great job acting. Everybody does a pretty good job acting in it. I don't understand the point of this movie. It's being pushed as this is a man who will stop at nothing to accomplish his goal. And he does awful things. Like, it's not like I work hard, like I work out hard or whatever. Like, he is detrimental to everybody in his life. And there are other people in his life that are also bad people. And so everybody's just doing bad shit the whole time. And just so Marty can become a good ping pong player. He doesn't, and I don't want to spoil anything. The big climactic ping pong match at the end is an exhibition match. But he plays that match to try to get himself into a larger tournament.
Sure.
And I don't know what the resolution for that was, and maybe they said it in the movie and I don't remember it. But so that I feel was left open, and then the movie ends with like a big song, like a big happy '80s song, and another big moment for Marty. And I'm like, he did not earn that moment at all.
Does he get his Breakfast Club ending, or the
he gets his Breakfast Club ending, and I'm just like, he didn't earn it. Like that is an unearned part, like an unearned ending for him. And and it does this was my complaint with Stranger Things, is that it's trying to give you it's cheating its way out. So it's like, here's the happy song at the end of the way out.
Yeah,
it's trying to high five you on the way out, and I'm like, that's a cheat. And I'm like, he didn't learn anything. Marty didn't learn anything. We didn't learn anything as an audience. It's not a cautionary tale in any way, shape, or form. And I feel like people are reacting to this like, no, he was awesome because he got, he did anything he wanted to do just in for whatever as well. It felt like it. Honestly, I was like, there's a little bit of like bro Andrew Tate swimming through this movie that I'm just like not here for.
I think that's a little bit of, so I'm not a big Safdie person, either of the guys or when they work together.
Mm-hmm.
So I was already a little bit wary about this. Obviously, I like Timothée Chalamet. I think he's a fantastic performer. And the premise seemed crazy. Like, I'm looking on Letterboxd. This thing has a 4.3 average rating. So
it's
maybe
like tearing it up. People are loving it.
You need to go log yours to like, ground it a little bit. So yeah, I think this is a specific movie for a specific audience, and I think I'm just gonna wait for it to be on streaming somewhere to watch this. I don't feel like this is something that you would need to go watch at the theater, anyways. Right? Like,
it's not necessary.
I don't think it benefits. If I can watch Balls of Fury at home, I can watch Marty Supreme at home.
Balls of Fury is a much better ping pong movie.
It's definitely more about the ping pong, even if you kind of oversee all the elements that haven't probably aged very well. So
there are some cool shots. Like, technically the film is very good. I think technically it's just the story, and it's just, I'm like, I don't understand what the point of this movie is. What is your movie trying to say?
That was kind of my thing with like One Battle After Another, right? I can see that it's a very technically proficient movie. It's just that a lot of the elements of it didn't vibe for me, so I can see that. So the duality of the film watcher. But hey, we don't do this for a living. So all right, let's talk about the thing that we are a lot more adept, I think, to talk about, and that is comic books. I don't have any old comic books actually, other than Bug Wars. I did read that, but you can go check out the review. Have you? Did you ever get through Volume 1 of Bug Wars? I think you did, right?
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, and they have a special coming out soon.
Yes, I think not this week, but next week we got the Spider Witch special. With that, I don't know what it is about cover.
I don't know what it is about sexy spider ladies, like where that happened in human, like in the subconsciousness of the human mind, because Saga has a sexy spider lady.
Yeah,
I mean, and even outside of like weird hybrids, human spider people, like Kiss of the Spider Woman and Black Widow, and like all all these.
We've been ingrained in the culture that spiders are hot, but they're also dangerous.
Hot and sexy and deadly.
Spiders are hot. Tell me, what's your favorite spider in the chat?
Tell me, what spider would you sleep with?
What's the hottest spider out there?
Is it Charlotte and her web?
So, but I'm gonna throw it to you for the old comics, because some of the old comics was just me catching up on series, but they also have a new issue out this week, so I'll just talk about it when we get there.
Okay, yeah. The oldest thing I read was this Death.
That's pretty old.
Yeah. The High Cost of Living. I know. I think we're supposed to be canceling Neil Gaiman right now, but
who's
I
those
bought
covers?
It used, so
whose covers are those? Let's talk about the covers instead, because man, oh man,
I don't know who these are. Let's find out.
What's it called? What's the book called again? I got League open.
Death: The High Cost of Living. This is by Neil Gaiman. Interiors by Chris Bachalo.
Oh yeah.
And Mark Buckingham. And these covers, I don't even know if it'll say in these old.
Yeah, I'll look it up. You can tell me about the series in the meanwhile.
Have you ever heard of this before? This is part of the Sandman universe.
I've heard of Death. Yeah, but I don't know much about how the series are broken up.
Yeah.
Dave McKean. That makes perfect sense.
Oh, Dave McKean. Yeah.
If you're an Arkham Asylum, psychopath, I'll call it.
These are. This is. This is. Catnip for all Gen Xers. I think. Death is probably one of the original Pixie Dream Girls. Like everybody had
right.
back in the day in the 90s, very emo. I am now the coolest kid in my high school art class. It was good. It was fine. There's some cool little moments in it. You can see why Neil Gaiman, definitely rose to fame back in the 90s. And it's, Death is she's a manic pixie dream girl. She's very, let's go live. The premise of the story is Death lives one day on Earth.
Yeah, here I got the synopsis here. If you want me to do real quick. One day in every century, Death walks the earth to better understand those whom she will be the final visitor. Today is that day. As a young mortal girl named Didi, Death befriends a teenager and helps a 250-year-old homeless woman find her missing heart. What follows is a sincere musing on love, life, and of course, death.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Damn, are you guys okay over there in Gen X? You guys need a hug. I feel like you guys just need a hug every once in a while.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, this thing is full of angst. This is full of Gen X angst. This is full of the teenage boy that she kind of walks around with is like, everything's the worst, and he's snarky all the time, and he's just like a teenage kid. It was good. It was
teenage dirtbag. That's all I hear when you.
yeah. Except it was Nirvana back then.
Right.
It was. It's fun. It's great to see early Chris Bachalo art. It's really entertaining, and it's I think it's worth the read.
I agree. If
you go buy it used or don't give Neil Gaiman.
Buy it secondhand.
Buy it secondhand.
Jeff will scan his copies into the ether.
Yeah.
Cool. What is there anything else old or everything?
That's the only thing worth mentioning. Old.
Okay, cool. Well, let's go through some of these. I got a bunch of stuff, so I won't go into detail into a lot of things, but we'll just go one on one. The first thing I want to mention was something that was very close to being my pick of the week, but it's not. The Absolute Batman Arkham Special number 1. Arkham.
I have one of those here.
Scott Snyder, Frank Thierry with art by Joshua Hickson.
I love the interior art. Joshua Hickson is so good.
He you may know him from The Deviant if you have been following James Tynion comic books. He's great. I mean, the whole story is so cool. And then of course there's like twists and turns, and then you also get like in the last few pages, and this is probably the big spoiler, but we're getting some new enemies of Bruce, including Pamela Isley, a Poison Ivy, which we knew she was coming. They've announced some covers and stuff. Mm-hmm. We also see that Kirk Langstrom, who you may know as Man-Bat, but the coolest one I think is Absolute Deathstroke. And I'm just my Deathstroke. I know when Jack or whatever, Joker, whatever you want to call him, he's like, my Deathstroke. I'm like, how dare you? So good.
There needs to be a Happy Arkham book out there. At least one. I would like to. I don't know if there is or not, but I've never read anything where like the Arkhams have a happy day. It's always somebody getting murdered.
Where they didn't create an asylum. Instead, it's like, I don't know. I can't even think of what
like Arkham Ice Cream Shop. I don't know, something happy.
Yeah, the Arkhams just had a little convenience store in the neighborhood, and it's thriving.
Arkham Grocers.
Yeah, but even then, like, because I was thinking of an anime called Sakamoto Days, where a retired hitman for the Yakuza, he's like, I'm done killing, and he just goes and becomes he marries his girlfriend, and they're like, we now run a convenience store, and then the life catches back up to him, and it's really fun. So even at convenience store, you can't have a happy ending.
No, not even then. I read FML number 7. This is still continues to be great. This feels like it could have been like a fun TV show or maybe even a movie or something.
Which it still could be. I mean, Matt Fraction probably got connections to be like, hey, my wife?
Yeah.
My wife? I did post a little clip about what we talked, because we talked about FML last week when we took a couple weeks ago when we did the survey results. Maybe that was last week. I don't remember anymore. But yeah, I mean, Kelly Sue DeConnick saw it at least. I don't know. She shared it on Blue Sky. So I don't know if she saw it, but we love your book. So
yeah. Oh, we love your book. Yeah, we love your book. It's all over. Like it's got so much going on.
Yeah.
There's a murder podcast, and there's a murderer, and there's this one has I love the zine at the end of every issue, and they have like a little deleted scene in the back of this one where they were like, oh we just couldn't figure that, whatever, but it's a great book.
Yeah. All right, next I'm going to talk about the latest issue of The Twilight Zone.
I love that cover.
I got the Francesco Francavilla. I wanted the main one because I love James Stocco's art, but by the time I got to my shop, they didn't have the main one. First of all, if you pick this up, it comes with a little sneak peek at their upcoming Smile for Camera book. So that's pretty cool. But also, I mean, James Stocco here. Let me find the page. Like, just James Stocco's art is like on a whole new level. It's all about this relic that these two groups are kind of fighting for. Yeah, it's incredible stuff. Oh, here's the Stocco cover that I missed out on. I mean, I'll still try to find it, but yeah, I love the Twilight Zone anthology book, and I'm very excited for the next two.
I picked up Absolute Green Lantern number 10. It still continues to be good. Still fleshes out the Green Lantern universe in a new way. We get an introduction or the hint of an introduction to a new character. It's one of those books that when I pick it up, I'm like, I think I'm about to cancel this book. And then I read it and I'm like, I'm back in. You brought me back in, Al Ewing.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Al Ewing fan. I mean, like I am. He's good, but his stuff is it's always a slow burn. And so I have to remind myself to pace out and wait till he gets to the point.
That's why I'm reading this in arcs. So I read, I caught up on the first volume, and then I think this should close out the second arc. So, or maybe not. I don't know. Sometimes they add an additional one. Like when we get to the Superman book, we'll talk about how that's kind of broken up very weird. So
it's very weird.
Well, I guess let's talk about it now since I brought it up. Where's my? Oh, here it is. First of all, what a cover!
Oh yeah,
holy
beautiful
crap! For the video, I just made the cover. I didn't even add anything to it. I'm like, this is gonna speak for itself. This is the beginning of a new story. Funny enough, I don't know what happened in the Battle of Kansas. I need to read that arc. I mean, I kind of know now based on what's happening with this book. But look, and then we have a guest artist, Juan Ferreira, who was doing Ninja Turtles with Jason Aaron.
That's what it is. I was like, is this a different artist? Because this looks completely different than.
It's a guest artist for this issue, but look at this page.
Yeah, it's great. The artwork is so good in it.
Now he's in the blue suit now because of whatever happened in the last arc. He's not wearing the black suit anymore. His computer's kind of gone for now, at least. Yeah, I love it. This is like they've done issues of Superman where it's like, what's a day like in the life of Superman? But this is now the same for the Absolute Superman.
Yeah.
And they tease you at the end with if you remember from the Absolute Justice issue, they're like, oh yeah, the Hawkman in this world is a fucking nightmare.
Yeah. That's what I thought too. I was like, oh, is that the Hawkman from like, because he's what?
Well, because did you read the Absolute Justice?
Yeah. No, I know what you're
this
talking about. Yeah,
for those that haven't, and I guess slight spoiler, this Hawkman killed Oliver Green.
yeah.
That's why the absolute the absolute Green Arrow book that we're getting later on is going to be a different person on being Green Arrow, because Oliver Queen is dead.
He's not around anymore. I also like that they're hinting at the two romantic relationships, because both Lana and Superman is completely like, I've got my own things going on. He's not even on that level of thinking relationships.
Yeah.
But you can see both of them trying to be like, hey, you want to get coffee or something sometimes? And then he runs off to go save something. I like those little things.
I also really like the idea, which is kind of a nightmare as well, that he hears all the yelling. Like, he doesn't get a moment of peace. And unlike the regular Superman, he goes and just into the sky and screams it off. Like, he takes a moment to, it's kind of the equivalent of like screaming into your pillow to like let out some of your frustration, because he's kind of by himself, right? Superman has his whole family and everything, and Batman and stuff like that. He has other people to rely on. This one, Absolute Superman, doesn't. The only thing he had was his computer, and now that's also gone. So he has Lana and his neighbors and the people of Smallville, which appreciate what he's done for them, which I want to go back and read once volume 2's out. I'll probably do that so we can make a video about it. But yeah, I really like it. Jason Aaron, look at that! What a talented writer.
And I think because he's older, because he was like a teenager when he crashed into Earth.
Yep.
It's more as if we had Kara instead of Superman at all. Because he's like, he doesn't feel the same connection to the Earthlings that normal Clark Kent does.
He didn't grow up.
Yeah. So they're all just foreigners to him. It's much more along those lines.
This issue really did a lot for the ranking of this in the Absolute line for me. So
it's another. So like Green Lantern, it's one that I pick up and I'm like, I might end this soon and just stick with Wonder Woman, Batman, and Martian Manhunter. But I read it and then I'm just like, I'm back in. I'm hooked at the end of every episode. Issue.
I think that's a very specific talent that a lot of these creators have, of like, because in your head we read so much stuff that you're like, oh, that can't be that. Oh, we read so much stuff that we get excited about, and by the time because it takes a whole month to get to the next thing, or maybe even sometimes longer because we're waiting for like the arc or whatever. You're like, maybe that wasn't as good because I'm not reading it week to week or month to month. But then you go back and read it and you're like, no, I was wrong. I'm an idiot.
They're just slower burns. Nova Centurion number 3. This continues to be pretty good. Jed MacKay does write individuals with small groups around him much better than a team. I don't know what the difference is. I guess maybe the main focus on one character.
That's why you should check out his Moon Knight run. I keep telling you.
I need to go back and pick up.
It's a very similar structure of the character.
The only thing I have with this book is that it is seeming to rely on the stuff that happened like during the Annihilation War and a lot of that cosmic stuff that happened just pre Secret Wars.
Yeah.
And I did not read any of that stuff. So a lot of these characters, I don't know who they are, and the book does a pretty good job. Like you don't necessarily need to know exactly what they did in those storylines. You just need to know they were either the bad guy or the good guy.
You know in the back of your head something's missing, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I know I'm missing some context.
Okay. Well, we're back, baby. Wolverine.
Ooh.
Back on the X-Men BS. Or at least this one. I love this book. Saladin Ahmed, Martin Coccolo. They do a nice callback to the first issue where Logan goes to visit the graves of his fallen pack that he was running around with the wolves. This book is really good, and then you bring in Silver Sable, and I'm like, yes, please. Look at it, like,
ooh, we hadn't seen Silver Sable.
Yeah, it's really good. And then of course they first start fighting it out because they don't know what the hell's going on, but they're not the bad guys. Department H is the bad guy, so. And they leave it with a really cool tease at the end of somebody that you would not expect would go track down Logan. But I guess when you think about it, it makes some sense. So, yeah, I'm glad we're back.
Girl.
No.
Okay, I took my one guess.
I don't know.
I read Batman, Green Arrow, The Question, Arcadia.
Yeah.
Number two. This is a great. You know what? This out of anything else, this feels like a classic, like 1970s DC book.
Like, is Danny O'Neill writing this one? What's going on?
Yeah. It even looks like it. Like, even the artwork kind of looks like, old school art. It's a little gritty.
Yeah, like it's not exactly Neil Adams, but it's like this artist like has read.
Yeah, it's Neil Adams. Like I think it's very much on purpose. It's fun. It's a great fun book. I like that we are leaning into Bruce is a capitalist, like Batman is kind of just, he's not even a superhero. He's just like he's a rich guy that dresses up in a bat suit, and Oliver Queen is the same thing. It's weird. It's interesting that they're like, oh, Oliver Queen's just a rich guy that pretends to be an archer. Like, he's not Green Arrow, the superhero. He's just everybody just, he's a cosplay weirdo. I'm having a blast with this book. It's really fun.
Nice. All right, next I have Night Fight number 3. I will start with my one complaint about this book. Tim Drake is my favorite Robin, and he gets the least amount of screen time we've seen for any of these guys. But the redeeming thing of this is that I think this book and Joshua Williamson confirms that Tim Drake would make the best Batman. Any of the Robins, which has always been my thing. I always think I think that he would be the best one. He has pretty much cleaned up the city. Like, he solves a murder. Like, he's only doing like smaller things now, that like he's solving a murder mystery. Also, Dan Mora went really hard on like aging up all the boys and making them look very handsome.
Yeah.
And then the big spoiler here, though, I have to kind of go into. You read it, right?
Yeah.
Have you read it? Okay.
Uh-huh.
So at the end of this book, at the end of this story, before issue number, because we only have one more issue left, the Heart of Apocalypse kind of gives him. It's giving like, what's that? Is it the Black Death that Mongol puts on?
Oh yeah.
Superman, where like it gives him his biggest desire. Well, Bruce wakes up in Gotham, and Damian greets him, and it's not really Damian being Batman. It's Damian with his son. His son named Alfred. And now Batman has to leave that world. Like, he has to choose to leave that world. And I'm like, you mother, it's so like emotional manipulation to the highest level, but I love it.
But they also tease it is emotional manipulation, but because the payoff is what we assumed from the beginning, that he would somehow come back around to the bigger
into the tournament
thing, into the tournament. So I'm down to my last two, which are our picks of the week. So if you've got any
I have one more then, and then we can do like the stuff we haven't read if you have anything, and then we'll do picks of the week. And I will actually be brief on this one. So I caught up on Godzilla. So
nice.
Godzilla number 6. This is the
I love that. I love that Dan
Jurgens homage because of what's going on in the book.
Yeah.
I will actually just tease. It's very good. I read it because I had read issues 1 and 2, and then I stopped because I'm like, this is gonna read better altogether. I've read enough Tim Seeley stories to know that it's like he's got a whole bigger idea. This is a lot of big consequences for the Kaisei era moving forward. You can already kind of probably guess what might be happening on this one, just based on that Dan Jurgens homage cover to the death of Superman. But I'm making a whole video about it. I'm just gonna make a whole big video about it. But I highly recommend you check this out. If you like Godzilla in any kind of form or fashion, you should check it out.
Is there a 2-page spread of Mothra holding Godzilla as he's like,
Mothra's not in here yet? And,
oh no!
And I feel like Mothra will definitely be a key part of putting some stuff back together. Because that's just kind of how Godzilla lore works, right? So
yeah.
yeah,
Mothra's the
very
mom.
exciting stuff. Very exciting stuff. Okay, Jeff, we have the same picks of the week, and I think maybe one's a little higher for me, one's a little higher for you. You can probably, I'm sure you can determine which by which. If you watch the shows long enough, you probably know. But let's talk about it. We can start with whichever one you want.
We're 1 week into the year, and I can't tell you what the best comic book of the year is because of these two books. I think I'll talk about this one first. Cheetah and Cheshire robbed the Justice League. The final issue. Oh, you got that's a cool cover.
I got the Marty Reeves Batman cover. And then I do appreciate DC always gives us the main cover anyways.
I do like that. I had a couple of these. I don't remember who this is.
Leon? That's Leon. Which,
yeah, I've got
her hair's different. Her hair's different, which is why it's hard to tell, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I was talking about the artists because they've done a couple of whoever has been.
Oh, yeah. I think it should say on the above the barcode. DC now tells you who they're.
Oh, yeah. This is the
Gerald artist there. That's a little
Gerald Carroll.
Yeah,
Gerald Carroll variant, but he's done,
right above the barcode. You can tell who the artist is for the covers, which I
smart
appreciate. As somebody that goes through a lot of covers, I appreciate that. What did you think, Jeff? I already talked about it on my video, but I want to hear what you think of this. Like, do you agree with me that it's a satisfying ending?
100% satisfying ending, and it pushes the story forward in a way where please let there be a sequel series to this. I love this team, and I know Greg Rucka is going on to do Batwoman next, I think.
Yep.
But yeah,
but maybe some of these characters could go in there.
Yeah. I hope so because I loved everything. I love. You knew there was a twist coming. You knew because it plays out like every other heist movie in the world, where you just kind of like there's going to be a big twist at the end. Just when things look they're all the screwiest, somebody's going to outsmart. Our heroes are going to outsmart everybody else.
Yep.
But the reasoning for it, what you find out eventually, is great as well. I love all the characters. I love how all the characters resolve themselves. Even the little romantic flares, like they even kind of like flare ups. They even kind of like, we'll maybe settle this out down the road. But it's a satisfying ending to everything in this.
Yes.
In this. So good. I enjoyed it so much. The artwork is fantastic. I cannot recommend this enough to people.
Same. I love it. Like it did everything I wanted and even more, even things that I couldn't even imagine. So I really appreciate how much care went into putting together a book that seems a little inconsequential to like anything else that's going on, right? Like it doesn't ultimately this is just like how delightful of a story do you want this to be, and that's what it is. I love the interactions of all the characters, but at the end, everybody kind of goes on their way once they accomplish what they've accomplished, and then you're like, we're almost done. But the story was already kind of a satisfying ending, and then you get that little last part of it, and you're like, we really are winning here. Like we did this,
and I like that it takes place. It's in continuity. Obviously, DCKO is happening right now, which is the main thing. So it takes place, I guess, just a little bit before that. But it's the whole thing. They have the satellite. They have everybody is on the Justice League. Like it's one of those things where they're like, this is an impossible task. The current way the DCU is set up, because every superhero is on the Justice League and they're all on the satellite. They're all on the satellite at the same time.
Yep.
And the way they pull it off, everything is just flawless.
I love it. I'm very glad that you also enjoyed it, because I know this was like from the beginning you were really into this book.
Yeah.
So it's glad to have a payoff like that. So I will say I really enjoyed it all together, because like I don't know how you didn't tear your hair out waiting for the next issue month to month. So I was really glad that I read it all at once. I think this is gonna be a fun. I hope they put out a cool hardcover of this. Because I love to have that book on the shelf as just like here's something you could just read with very little context. It's just more of about the vibes and the fun of the book. So
yeah.
All right. My pick of the week. Well, I guess our co-pick of the week. And as you can probably see,
You got all the covers.
I got a bunch of covers. Batman number 5, which introduces a character here. I posted my review on League, and somebody told me, you say this Ojo, because I said it more like in Spanish. The new character that's introduced. I love that this is a book about Batman or Bruce going on a date with the good doctor, and you don't see Batman in this book. It's all about Bruce and their date, and then the shenanigans happen because that's kind of the way the comic book goes. But it's all Bruce. And somebody mentioned, like, well, I mean, it's interesting that you say there's no Batman because, like, Bruce is Batman. So, like, you know, is it only Batman when he's in the suit? I don't know. I think Fraction is trying to do that purposely, where he blurs.
Oh, it's 100%
of these guys. Just like it's just one. It even feels like Bruce is less protective of his identity, kind of. Like he's kind of letting loose, or at least letting this this person a little bit more into the circle, which fully pays off of the page at the end. Where the thing goes. But before I let you speak on I got the Jimenez design cover for this new character, Ojo. I've been getting these gadget variants as well from Jimenez. Then of course I had to get the Mitch Gerard sweater cover. So
I'm so close to buying that sweater cover, and I'm just like, save your money.
Let me see. Look at that. Yeah. It works.
Totally works.
I'm Batman.
I love this book. This is fun Batman, which we've been missing. This is I have been saying stuff like, I hope we get an Adam West Batman at some point, kind of thing. And this is as close to a modernized version of the 1966 Batman. It's not anywhere near as I don't want anybody to scare away if they're not reading this, because it's not nearly as campy, but it is fun. I mean, it's straight up fun. It is even the artwork, even Jimenez is like, there's an anime style, like stylizedness to it now all of a sudden. This book reminded me of like reading early Hawkeyes, like when Matt Fraction was taking over Hawkeye. Like it was fun. And you feel like you're reading something energetic and just a little bit different than everything else. And I do love that they are, the back and forth between Bruce and the, what's the doctor's name? I can't remember her name.
Anika Seller.
Yes.
Dr. Seller, whatever you want to call her. Yeah.
Dr. Seller. They, is it a date? Is it not a date? And they kind of keep teasing each other back and forth. He does not do a very good job of hiding his abilities throughout the book.
I love the little interstitials of like, we're gonna zoom in on the soles of his shoes because he's got stuff in there, like, or the like Jimenez pointing out. I don't know. This is probably in the script. I don't know, or maybe it's a collaboration thing of both of them, that he's still got stuff on him. He still has gadgets on him. And we're going to point them out so you can see it, the reader. So I totally agree with you that this feels like a version of Batman. I mean, the volume is going to be called Daylight. So, like, they are definitely going for a more lighter tone. I think this is the last one that will go into the first volume that comes out in June. Oh, no, 1 through 6. So we'll have one more. So I think we'll get a nice payoff of a lot of these things in the next volume. I mean, the next issue. So. Yeah. Very excited. And for those that picked up the physical version, this comes with a preview of Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow #1.
That was cool.
Which should tell you how much DC is banking on you to go pick this thing up, or pick up any of the other different printings of this series, and how much they're going to put into this Supergirl movement that's happening for this year. So I love it. It's makes me very happy about comic books.
Quick, this page right here is like, it's sexy. It's a sexy page.
It's what we call fan service. in the anime community.
But it feels like, I mean, yeah, but it also feels like this is 100% rom-com.
Oh yeah,
like it's yeah, it's
that's
not
Matthew
just for the
McConaughey
boys. It's not like for
yeah.
14-year-old boys, but this is for like, that's for the girls. Like 100%, that's for the girls.
It's Matthew McConaughey and what's her name? Goldie Hawn's daughter.
Oh yeah. I know who you're talking about.
That's How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Core right there. I love it. It's so good though. It's so good. Okay, before we move on to next week's stuff, do you have anything that you haven't read? I forgot. I don't know if I asked.
No, I mean, I've always got stuff I haven't read. Like,
Sorry, from this week, I guess, because I got a few more things that I bought. Okay, let me just show you a few things. I picked up. Oh shit, I did read this. Ultimate Wolverine. It's still very good. I forgot. I don't know. It got misplaced because with my Ultimate pile. Yeah, Ultimate X-Men, and then I had to pick up this really cool Ultimate X-Men. I don't know why this is an Ultimate. Oh, this is Ultimate Wolverine cover. Yeah. It's really cool though. I love it. It's a great book. Also, I'm still reading Shredder, but I'll probably talk more about it when the first arc is done. Dan Waters. And then they reprinted the Spider-Boy team up with the Legion of 2099 for the Amalgam reprints. So I picked that up as well. And then last but not least, the big reprint for the week. I had to go shiny. It didn't feel right paying $20 for the big one, but I was like, if I get the shiny one, then maybe.
How much was the shiny one?
Yeah.
How much was that one?
Oh, $24.99. Which was more, but at least it's shiny.
But at least it's shiny.
There's so many fingerprints on this thing. I need to clean, not just for me, from everybody that was probably browsing it at the shop. But the paper stock in here is the newsprint.
Oh, is it?
That's why I didn't want to just pay $20 for the regular one, because I'm like, it's just newsprint. That thing is gonna fall apart and die.
So it's almost just like the original one, but just with a new cover.
That's exactly what it is, Jeff. Don't make me feel bad about my purchase.
And $22 more.
That's right. Yeah.
Than the original one.
And yours actually is making you money if you wanted to sell it right now. Whereas mine is just a hole. And then I know, listen, guys, you may call it a problem, but I spent a lot of time on my shop yesterday because we were playing cards. And they still had some of these.
Oh no! Why did you do it?
I bought 2 more blind bags. So I was like, you know what? Maybe the video will make some money back. They'll pay for itself. So
they need to start printing. They need to start printing those. If you think you have a gambling problem.
Yeah, you know they released a video where they show you all the sketch covers for this. It's on the Marvel channel, and they've started teasing some of the stuff for the Ultimate. For the blind bags for Daredevil #1, which got pushed back a few weeks.
Really?
Into April. Yeah. I wonder if it's because they're doing all this blind bag stuff and they're like, well, they're not ready, or because they had issues. We're gonna open the Ultimate Endgame bag first. Which
I wonder if they saw my
they saw your
one of my
complaint.
videos. Yeah, about the blind bag.
Yeah, maybe they should have called it something else too. The one,
they're like, we can't call these Daredevil ones blind bags. That's insensitive.
Ooh. Oh, well, another one of these shiny ones. Well, I mean, at least it's a cool one.
I was hoping for a Mark Brooksay cover, honestly.
Right. You know what? I think at this point it would have been funny enough if I pulled out another Mark Brooks. And then for the Turtles, I'm still looking for that Dustin Win, but that's a 1 in 100. So I don't think I'm gonna get it. But let's see.
Yes, here we go. Live on air.
Live on air. Dustin Win, baby. Come on. For the win. Oh, this one doesn't stretch out as nicely as the. Oh my god. Hold on.
Uh-oh. It's really teasing you now.
There we go. Oh, the Kevin Eastman one. Okay, well that's not bad. I do like it's the textless Kevin Eastman, so that's nice. Okay. Well, I'm content with that one. All right, no more blind bags for me though in the foreseeable future. I think we should be done for now. Until Daredevil.
Here's how Marvel wins me with their Daredevil blind bags. Is if one of them, there's no way they'd be able to do this without. Is if one of them is embossed, but you could feel that in the bag. You'd be able to feel an embossed cover in the bag.
Well, if they put the little thing over it, the paper thing. If they put this thing on top of it, you shouldn't be able to feel it. Probably, like you'd have to really press on it. And if your shop owner sees you like touching up all the bags,
touching the bags.
Yeah. What are you doing? Looking for Daredevil. Okay.
See how fun it would be?
Yeah.
See how fun?
You're right. All right. To close out the show, we are going to go over our poll list for next week. We'll start with Jeff since his poll list is shorter than mine. All right, here we go. Okay. So you have Action Comics 1094. Superboy goes to war, apparently.
Time for it.
What is Mark Waid doing it? What is Mark Waid doing? Amazing Spider-Man Torn number 4. I believe the penultimate issue of that series.
The Avengers 800 or whatever it is.
Avengers 34/800. Let me see. Yes. So is this oversized? Oh yeah, 48 pages of Avengers. I hope you're ready to pay $8 for this, Jeff.
Thank God it's a small week.
yeah. Batman and Robin 29, which I'm really glad this book's still going, even though
they're canceling it. So nobody's taking over after Philip Kennedy Johnson leaves.
Okay, because now he's exclusive. So it's gonna end with 30.
Yeah, so it's just they're just gonna end it.
Okay. Well,
have you seen the pages? Have you seen the pages that the DC released for their crossover stuff for the KO special battles with Samantha
with
the Bear, Sam, and Lex Luthor?
I saw that. I was like, get his ass, Sam, because it was Lex. Yeah, the penultimate issue of Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees Rites of Spring. So there's one more after this, and then I can read the thing.
Solid follow-up. Very solid follow-up.
Yeah. DC KO number 3. Round 3 of this contest. I will tell you this. I've read it. You guys aren't ready for this one. Dreadnought War, part something from G.I. Joe number 17. I think this is the last part of the war. Part 5 of 5. So I'll also be able to catch up on this. Transformers 28 and The Ultimates number 20. Very exciting stuff. Very exciting stuff.
Good week.
Let me switch over to mine. I have a lot of the same stuff as Jeff. What did you have at the beginning? Oh, I guess I'm not picking up Spider-Man or Superman. Superman or Spider-Man. Avengers Bloodline number 1. This is a vampire book from Ignition Press. Expect a review for that later on in the week.
Who's
Cruel Universe, I believe. Huh?
Who's the creative team on that one?
For this one, it is B. Claymore and Mac Chatter. And there's a cover by Andrea Sorrentino. That's very cool. Okay. Cruel Universe, DCKO, Die Loaded. I'm buying the book, but I'm not reading it yet. I'm just going to read it all at once. Or at least by the volumes. Doom.
I need to pick up.
Yeah, you probably will need to pick up Dungeons of Doom. Free Planet. The Gargoyles, Darkwing Duck crossover. Expect a video for that. If you want to read it, I'll put it on a box, Jeff. Null is back. I don't know what to expect out of that because Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman really fucking nailed it. But this is by Al Ewing and Ninja Turtle writer Tom Waltz. So is Tom Waltz gonna start doing a bunch of Marvel stuff now? I guess he's not writing Turtles anymore, so it would make sense. Logan, Black, White, and Blood number 1, the anthology book for Logan. Let me see who's on these first stories. Tom Waltz again. I guess it's just him. I guess they're gonna do one story per. Ooh, and this one also has a Sorrentino variant. big week for both of those guys. Luna Snow World Tour. I have this on here because I want to review it for the channel. I don't know much of. I don't know what to expect out of this one.
Is that one of those Marvel rival people?
No, she's one of the agents of Atlas that Greg Pak put together. And
okay.
This is written by Greg Pak, one of the best humans. So yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna check this out. Now that I hadn't seen who the creative team was, but I love a Greg Pak book. Legacy of Vader number 12, Supernatural number 4, which I don't know if you saw. They're doing a Supernatural Valentine's Day special with the boys. Turtles number 14, which we have a video for on the channel already. I got a little preview of it. Tomb Raider, Sacred Artifacts. This is on here for because I'm gonna Dark Horse sent us a copy, so I'm gonna review it. And then Transformers Ultimates, and you may want to pick this up too, Jeff. The Wonder Woman
I didn't know that was
Black and Gold 2026 special. Was this on your list? I don't know if I saw it.
It was not. No, but I'll probably pick it up
Because
that and
if anything, because this Mitch Gerard's cover. I love Mitch Gerard.
yeah,
And
of course.
Mitch Gerard is writing his first story in here.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah. Okay. While we're looking at the league, before we get out of here, one thing I'm going to start doing is I went ahead and to follow up on our kind of New Year resolution that we talked about last week, I am doing the 7-day trial for this. And I'll probably keep at least a month because it's like $1.90 a month to have the pro version. So I'm going to show you a few things. I've been doing a lot of our reviews on here. I have my first 12 for 12 community list, which is just a lot of number ones. And then you get all the badges. But the cool thing is if you go to your profile, well, that is my profile. Hold on. If you go to that's the main page. When you do the pro version, you get different stats here. Like it has a series progress tracker and stuff like that. So it does have a few more things on top of what, including like, it helps you keep track of if you've logged in something as read, it goes back and tells you, well, you haven't read all these other issues or whatever. So hopefully, by the end of the year, I'll have better reading stats. Because I don't know if you pulled your Wrapped, I guess, from this. Have you gone in to see it? Mm-hmm. If you go on the web app, on the version on your phone, it'll give you one. I actually have a video of it, which I'm gonna drop later, but I can show you now.
I've never even tried to use the web app. I always do the desktop whenever I'm using League.
So the web app is a lot friendlier than because I'm sorry, the mobile app sucks.
Oh, you're the mobile app.
But it gives you a lot of information. Like it's just like a Spotify Wrap, but you have to obviously keep track of stuff in the app. So what I'm gonna do, like one of the things it tells you, like these are all the creators that you read a lot of stories by, right? But because I had only started logging in things from the back end, like W. Maxwell Prince and Martin Morasso are like on my top because of all the Kryptonite Spectrum. So what I'm gonna do is once a week at some point, I'm just gonna go live. I'm gonna update all the stuff with you guys on the channel and try to take advantage of it there. So yeah, I'm gonna keep plugging away at this pro version of it because I think it does have some really fun stuff. The Patreon has a lot more stuff that is if you're trying to keep track of money, like how much your issues cost and all that, because it gives you values and key issues and all that. But that one's like $49 for like, I don't know if it's a year or something. It's definitely a lot more than I want to pay for it, but at least I can throw a couple of bucks a month the way of the league because I love it. We use it all the time. So yeah, stay tuned for that. It'll be coming to the channel. And to encourage me to actually log stuff on there, I just figure I'd just do it live on a stream. So all right. Jeff, anything else to close out the show?
I am good.
Great.
I am good.
All right, we're gonna call it there. Thanks to everybody that watched live. Thanks to whether you watched us on the mobile version. I do love that YouTube is allowing us to do both the mobile feed and the regular feed. Sorry for when I share my screen, it looks very bad on the mobile feed, but you can always come back to watch that on the regular feed. That's why I try not to share as much stuff on the screen right now, because I know it's kind of a pain in the butt. But yeah, stay tuned. We have a lot of cool videos. Like I said, I do a Godzilla video. I'm doing a Spider Go when Stacy Spider Ghost, because I caught up on that Stephanie Phillips book, the Hedge Knight coverage, and a lot more stuff. So, alrighty, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
The most important thing in life will always be
Hail Bebo.
Twitter loves you.
Simon Center, get the fuck out.
All right, bye.
Get out of here, you weirdo.